be around him for one more week is quite the blessing, and we're excited for the opportunity.
So what was it like the rest of that evening, waking up onto Saturday? When did you know for sure that you guys were going to be in this mix?
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Family Built Homes, Consumers Cooperative Credit Union, and by Scottsbluff Body and Paint.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver and a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flight. Finally, while visiting Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
After this here on KNEB.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Next Gen Outfitters, where the adventure begins and the tradition continues. When it comes to an online retailer, this is the new standard in authentic hunt, camp, and shoot. Born from over a century of outdoor experience, your online retailer, Next Gen Outfitters.
Goes 86 yards, and looking at one of the clips that Mr. Klager sent over him, he just, even against McCook at times, you catch him in the right spot, and it just always looks like man against boys a little bit. 86 yards down the sideline. What were you thinking when that first play went for 6?
We must have blocked it very well. is what I was thinking, really. Had some stuff set up that we thought we could take advantage of out of that formation, and the kids executed exactly what we had drawn up and practiced all week in that first play of the game. So it was a good job by the kids executing what we wanted to accomplish. So it was fun.
Couple of big plays, of course, in the first half. First, the fumble with Alex. He hasn't really had his hands on the ball a whole lot on those kick returns, and cough one up, and that allowed them to score 2 touchdowns in the span of about a minute of game action. So you go from up 13-0 to pretty quickly trailing by a point, and then the bigger play probably, Sebastian goes down with the knee injury, did not return in the game. Where are we at right now with big number 4, the injury, and his status moving forward?
We're just some rehab and some treatment goes. I know we're not planning on him playing Friday night in the first round here, and then after that it'll probably be week to week. If we're fortunate enough to be around on Friday night, we'll reassess things on Sebastian, his family, and our trainer, and go from there. But right now we're preparing to face a good Lions team on Friday night without him.
Yeah, and Brett Hill, boy, he stepped in and looked the part as far as a young guy coming in. And a couple of weeks back, he played the first half. So he's played basically 2 halves of full football here in the last 3 weeks. So he's got plenty of snaps under his belt. He'll get the reps with the number 1s all week long. You couldn't feel more confident if you had to turn to somebody outside of Sebastian right now than you feel confidence-wise with Brett.
Yeah, I'm very confident what Brett brings to the table. Different player than Sebastian, but a kid that understands our offense, a kid that is able to place in the right position, and I think a player that's going to be very smart with the football. He's not a kid that's going to take chances or risks when they're not there for him. So that was evident again in a big game against McCook. He had a couple of times where we rolled out. He was able to either throw it or tuck it and run it and not force the ball. So he did some very good things for us on Friday night, and he's a kid that's going to
after this on KNEB.
Here at Papa Murphy's, we like our customers.
Winter is upon us, and while safety is an important consideration all year long, there are some auto maintenance and safety checks that are specific to winter driving. To be sure you don't end up a road popsicle, take your vehicle to High Tech Auto and let Terry's team help you get an upper hand on Old Man Winter.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Car Trumbull Do-It Center, Allo Communications, and by Box Butte General Hospital.
Sam, you mentioned Nick, two guys that really stepped up, and Nick's been a monster for a little over a month now, really establishing himself as a star along that defensive line. One other guy defensively I need to ask you about, and we talked about him last week on the pregame, Josiah Diolis had the big special teams play in the hustle play. This guy really looks like he's turned up the toughness level on the defensive side, really letting it loose, coming off the edge right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I'm seeing. If that's the case, what's allowed him to kind of make a step, another step forward on the defensive side of the football?
I think Josiah has realized, he's that outside linebacker where Sebastian also plays, and so when he's not out there, I think Josiah takes it upon himself to understand that he's got to step up for his team and make plays. And I think that's exactly what has happened over the last couple of weeks. He's had to be out there, hasn't got that rest and that three rotation that we used at the outside linebacker. So he's just decided, hey, I'm gonna try and take games over, and he's done a great job of that these last 2 weeks of that outside linebacker spot.
How tricky is it to play a team that you played just a couple of weeks back? There's obviously the familiarity level with the two programs to begin with, but now you got film from just a couple of weeks ago. Both these teams do, and now you're the heavy favorite. So boy, that's pretty big underdog role, and I'm guessing the Lions probably relishing that since they got to check you out just 2 weeks back.
Absolutely, and it's always difficult to play a well-coached team twice. So
they're going to make adjustments to
what we're able to be successful with, and they're going to make adjustments to the offensive scheme. We have to be ready to adjust to that. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a huge challenge. Coach Steenbaum's going to have his team prepared. They're going to tackle. They're going to be physical, just like Alliance always is. So we have to find a way to
it's like your football
and grind out
first
downs and then score when we have
an opportunity. Oh yeah,
there you have it. Some keys to a win right there with Scottsbluff head coach John Hall. Keys to a win for Scottsbluff tonight. Brought to you by Team Auto.
Let's see how you sound when you actually talk.
Lifetime warranty at Team Auto with every new vehicle purchase. Coach, this is the first of a few more of these here as we get to the postseason. Postseason game number 1 on the way here in a few minutes against the Lions. Appreciate all the time, and we'll talk to you afterwards. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Chris. We appreciate it.
We'll come back with more right after this on KNEB.
Orbeez presents the all-new Petite Filet Sandwiches.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Dave's Pharmacy in Alliance and Hemingford. Allo Communications. And by White Creation and Building.
Loan officer with Castle & Cook Mortgage, your local direct lender. If you're looking for a VA, FHA, USDA, or conventional home loan and want a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance, then call me today at 308-220-0503 for a free consultation.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
that'll set up third down and a country mile right now for Scottsbluff. They took the monster penalty on what was called a personal foul crackback block by quarterback Brett Hill. 5-yard run from Cruel, and no gain on the last pickup after the ball was loose, and now Hill's going to throw it. Straight drop. He looks down the middle. Trevor Schwartz, the intended receiver, and the ball's incomplete out near midfield. So not ideal for Scottsbluff on the opening drive of the night as they wind up with a 3-and-out. And this is another area. Sebastian Harsh is your starting punter, but unavailable tonight with the knee injury. So Caleb Walker's going to punt the football away. And you'd hate to give this Alliance team a bit of a oxygen mask here early and let them think they can hang around in this thing.
Yeah, Caleb did a good job of punting the second half last week when he was called upon to do so we'll see what he gets off here.
A knuckleball floater that's going to bounce shy of midfield, take a Scottsbluff roll across the 50, and that'll be downed at around the 42, 43-yard line. Got a 43-yard punt right there from Caleb Walker. Nice to have a senior you can rely on who he's counted on every phase of the game already, so it's really not that big of a deal for him to drop back and punt the football.
Definitely, and if you're able to kick it away from the return man a little bit and get the roll off of it, that's a little extra yardage on those punts for you, so good job by Caleb.
Alliance led by senior quarterback Trevor Dubray, 6'1", 165 pounds. He's going to hand the football off to Eric Folkert, who picks up a couple of yards to the 45-yard line. Folkert, a 5'11 senior, goes 165. He has 629 yards rushing on the season. Keegan Grant, a 6 foot, 170-pound junior, also in the offensive backfield. Their offensive line averages 212 pounds. Mario Garza, Sing Su, Coulter Mann, Charlie Otto, and Matt Escamilla. They'll deploy 3 receivers on most plays. Quick toss, running right. We're going to have a hold called against Keegan Grant, trying to block Josiah Diolas. He found that task pretty tough, so he had to hold. And this play coming back, it was a short gainer for Folkert, but hold the call against this Alliance offensive unit. First penalty of the night on Alliance. Scottsbluff with the early flag as well on the personal foul. So after the mark-off on the hold, the new line of scrimmage will be Alliance at their own 30. Ball between the hash marks. A little over 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter, 9:34 to play. And Mike, you have, of course, the familiarity factor with the two programs that they played 14 days ago. So we'll see what sort of adjustments both teams make, and usually it's the team that lost that makes the most adjustments. Alliance comes out, trips right. They're going to throw a little bubble screen, and on the catch, and then a quick stop behind the line of scrimmage was made by Alex Galindo. On the reception for Alliance was Colin Schroyer. And that'll be a loss of 1 and set up third down and 23 now for the Bulldogs under the direction of head coach Chris Seabaum. Mentioned Schroyer. We'll also see at receiver Kason Clark, Chase King, and Creighton Siza. They'll send 2 out to the short side right, 2 to the left. Check that, trips left. No backs in the backfield with Dubray. They will spread the cats out. Dubray going to scramble. Comes near side. Now he's going to float one down the near sideline. Pass is intercepted by Brett Hill. No, they're going to say out of bounds. Hill, the deep safety, slid over, made a play on the football, but they say incomplete. Had a foot on the sideline. And so the Cats defense answers quickly with their own 3-and-out. We've had what appears to be back-to-back 3-and-outs, and Alliance will punt the football.
Looks like the Bearcats should get a little better field position here now due to that big penalty and a good defensive stand. So hopefully we'll have the ball out around the 35 or 40.
8:27 to play, opening quarter. Alliance will punt it away. End over end boot, bounces around the 41 of Scottsbluff. Brett Hill surveys, realizes that ball's not going to bounce much further, so no chance in it as far as getting his hands on it. And Scottsbluff will start with it at their own 35-yard line. Each team with a 3-and-out early defensively. And we'll see if this Scottsbluff offense able to settle in just a little bit after a very wonky, disjointed opening drive that included a big penalty. And now what do we have? I did not.
Looks like another penalty, Chris, but I did not see what it is.
Running into the kicker. Penalty declined, and Alliance is perfectly fine giving Scottsbluff the football at the 35-yard line. So the Cats offense gets back on the field. Under the direction now of quarterback Brett Hill. He started against Alliance 2 weeks ago, and Sebastian sat the first half. Came in, played over a half last week, and threw the game-winning touchdown with about 6 and change left in the fourth quarter on the road at McCook. A 38-yard pass to Jack Darnell. Hill, regular offensive look now for the Cats. Handoff goes to Jacob Krull, and that's more like it, a pickup of what looks to be 10 yards. We'll see if that's enough to move the chains. Jacob Krull on the season has over 1,400 yards rushing and 13 touchdowns. 8.5 yards a carry. He gets 10 on that one, his second run of the evening, and the Cats have their first down of the game. They'll flip the formation, strong side left, ball right hash, double tight end sent, hand off to Krull. Krull runs left at midfield, falls forward to the 48-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 7 and make it, call it 6. That'll make it 2nd down and 4 now for the Bearcats.
Nice looking hold by the O-line there, the last 2 plays.
A little bit of misdirection, design quarterback keeper, and Brett Hill going to pick up a yard, nothing more. It'll set up 3rd down and 3 now for the Cats. Mike, the consistency of the offensive line in execution weekly, but they've been healthy all season long. It's been this same unit out here, and you give a veteran group like this health and the ability to play with one another virtually every snap when called upon, you're going to find this type of production.
You bet. They're able to chew up some yards all year long.
3rd down. Krull gets the ball. Krull's got the 1st down inside the Alliance 40. They'll mark him down at the 38. A gain of 10 for Jacob Krull. And we kind of talked about it amongst ourselves up here before kickoff. Going to be a steady dose of number 12 tonight, left and right.
Yep, I bet he has 30 carries before the night's over.
Yeah, last week he finished with 31 carries for 124 yards. Did lose his 6th fumble of the season. They'll play action, roll Brett Hill out to the right. He's going to loft one down to Trevor Schwartz, who hauls it in and falls into the end zone. A 38-yard touchdown pass from Brett Hill to Trevor Schwartz with 6:38 to play in the opening quarter. And a big sigh of relief and a deep breath for everybody involved with Bluffs football. An early 3-and-out. Defense gets the ball back, and it's Hill to Schwartz. 38 yards. And now Caleb Walker, who on the season is 41 of 46 on PATs, and that's his 42nd make. And with 6:38 to play in the opening quarter here tonight, Scottsbluff leads Alliance 7-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
It's one of my favorite plays.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leaf Heads.
Chris Cottrell, my colleague. Glad to have you along tonight on KNEB.TV and the Trail. Opening round playoff football for Scottsbluff in Class B. Caleb Walker's kick bounces it around the 20. And that pretty much negates a return, as sliding to field the football was Chase King. Knee touched immediately. And Scottsbluff defensively will get back on the field for the second time tonight. 6:38 to play in this opening quarter. McCook had a lead at halftime on Hastings tonight on the road, 7-6. So a defensive matchup there. I'm not sure the status of McCook quarterback Cam Berry. He missed the entire second half last week. I believe it was a knee injury as well.
Oh, geez. Yeah, and he's a really good ball player. Kid that came in for him did a nice job as well. So
first down handoff for Alliance goes to Eric Folkert. And Folkert stopped for a 2-yard loss. It'll be second down and 12. Big boys along the defensive front. Nick Mogg, Trayton Travnicek, and Terrence Mokiak. We saw Sam Clarkson along the D-line last week when Scottsbluff went to a 4-4 to kind of negate that power rush attack of the Bison. McCook comes out with a single back to the left of Dubray. One receiver right, trips to the left. Ball between the hash marks. Dubray's going to launch down the right sideline. Pass is in and out of the hands of Kason Clark. With him stride for stride was Alex Galindo, the cornerback on that side. And that'll set up now third down and long. And Mike, if you're an offense and you're dealing with this Scottsbluff defense, you do not want to be third and long, because even with Sebastian off the field tonight, they can come after the passer.
Oh, there's no doubt. And looked like they were trying to pick on Galindo a little bit there. How tall is that receiver they have? Is he about 6'5"?
Clark 6'4".
6'4". Alex about 5'7", so they're trying to gain a little height advantage and throw it up there and let him go get it on him.
Third and 12. Here comes Josiah Diolas, and he forces an early throw as Dubray just had to dump it off to Eric Folkert. The fullback out in the flat wasn't even ready for the pass yet. Little stunt. Diolas came looping inside and had a free run at the QB. He's been awesome the last few weeks.
Oh, he's put a lot of pressure on and playing with a lot of heart. He's been relentless, I guess is one word you could call it. He's been all over the place. Just came really close to blocking a punt a few different times last week and put tremendous pressure on the quarterback and just doing his job.
Snap back. Alliance will boot the football away from just outside their 10-yard line. Brett Hill bobbles. Ball down. He'll fall on it. Scottsbluff will have good field position right at the 50. So they got the touchdown on their second drive of the night. Covered 65 yards. Hill to Schwartz, a 38-yard touchdown pass. And they get the ball back now less than a minute later, with a chance to really kind of show their dominance here early against Sebastian Harsh, injured last week. Not in uniform tonight. Status up in the air moving forward for the rest of this postseason. They bring Jacob Krull in motion. They're going to throw a quick slant. And on the reception is Jack Darnell across the Alliance 40 to the 39-yard line. A pickup. Mark it at the 38. That's a gain of 12. Pickup of 12 on 1st and 10. Brett Hill, Mike, has been impressive when called upon this year, and never more so than last week with that go-ahead strike against McCook.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for Brett to have to come into last week, and he performed like a champion, did a great job. That was a nice throw on that slant route there.
Hand off to Caleb Walker. Dances left, cuts back. Looks like he'll have enough to move the chains. He falls forward inside the 30. And they signal first down, a gain of 11 for Caleb Walker. And 2 plays on this drive, a pair of first downs. Scottsbluff starting to get this offensive unit humming here. A little over halfway through the opening quarter. They lead 7-0 and on the move in Alliance territory. Ball at the 28, handoff to Krull. Stutter steps, and then Krull tackled along that defensive line by Sing Su, undersized D lineman at 5'9", 175, but he holds on to Krull and makes the stop for no gain. Second down and 10.
Yeah, that was good penetration by the D-line that time. That's why Cruel stutter stepped right up there. There was really nowhere to go.
Cruel gets the carry. Burst through the hole. Off tackle right side. He's inside the 20. Down to around the 16-yard line. Give Cruel 13 and another first down. 4 plays, 3 first downs on the drive. Lead is 7-0 for the Bearcats.
I like that when he can get outside, use his speed. Nice big hole. That's a nice looking play.
Cruel's been really good this year. I know Sebastian gets so many headlines, but Jacob Cruel, his first year getting to be the man, and he's been exactly that. Completed pass from Hill to Caleb Walker at the 9-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 8 and set up a second down and 2 from inside the 10.
Nice job by Hill that time, rolling to his left, then stopping, setting up, and hitting Walker coming across the middle. That's tough for a high school quarterback when you're right-handed to roll to your left and be able to execute it well. So nice job by Hill.
Nice to have a guy like Coach McLean coaching the quarterbacks every week. Handoff comes to Cruel. Cruel breaks through one tackle. He's inside the 5, down to the 3, a pickup of 6. For Jacob Cruel, Chase King with the stop defensively for Alliance. Another first down. It'll be first and goal now for Scottsbluff at the 3-yard line. They lead things 7-0 here in this Class B opening round matchup against Alliance. Winner plays either Norris or Mount Michael next week in round 2. If Scottsbluff wins and Norris wins, that game would be here. Brett Hill, quarterback, design keep. Hill. And he's across the goal line. That's a 3-yard touchdown run for Brett Hill with 3:09 to play in the first quarter. Caleb Walker will come on for his second PAT attempt of the night. Cats lead 13-0, trying to make it a 2-touchdown lead here with the PAT from Walker, the trusted senior. It is 14-0. Walker's kick good, 3:09 to play in the quarter. Cats lead by 2 touchdowns right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
32 degrees at kickoff tonight. Scottsbluff with a 14-0 lead. That's not what you want if you're a return man. Nick Mogg staring you right in the eyes, coming down on kick coverage with about a 30-yard run at it.
It's Mogvember.
It is now. We have moved the calendar, but it has not changed much. Nick Mogg and Mogvember show up on the scene. And with 3:02 to play here in the first quarter, Scottsbluff leads 14-0 in this Alliance offensive unit with the football inside their own 20-yard line. One of our fine high school sports sponsors on KNEB is Russell's Automotive. They're your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. That's Russell's Automotive. Alliance will run the football with Folkert. Luke Rohr makes the stop after a 5-yard gain for Folkert. Luke Rohr, with his performance last week, has now tied Sebastian Harsh for the team lead in tackles on the year. And Luke's just a tackling machine, and he's been that way for back-to-back seasons now for Coach Benson a year ago and now Coach Hall.
Luke's got really good speed, and he's got a nose for the ball. And if he has an idea where it's going, he's got the speed to get there and shut it down. So
got long arms. He wraps up well. I mean, you don't ever see him really have tackles broken on him. This ball lobbed up in the air. Good job by Brett Hill defending that time against Kason Clark on really just a jump ball thrown by Dubray. There was some pressure, and Brett Hill able to slide over from his safety spot and just knock that one out of Clark's hands.
Yeah, good pressure, good coverage. Almost got a pick out of that deal.
Well, I thought he was close to inbounds on this one, on that last drive, didn't you?
Yeah,
I mean, I couldn't see it, but
I couldn't either. It looked like he might have been in bounds, but I don't know if he maintained control of the ball all the way to the ground or something. There had to be something there as to why they didn't count it, but it's hard to see right there with all the players.
Trips left. They will fire a slant route. That's a first down. Dubray delivers one right on the money, and that receiver is a little bit slow to get up. Chase King on the catch out to the 32-yard line for a pickup of 8 yards. Sam Clarkson comes on defensively as they'll rotate along the defensive line. It's Mokiak getting a quick breather right now, and nice to have that type of depth. Let's send our backup D lineman in. It's Sam Clarkson.
Yeah. And Alliance's first down of the game off of that play, so see if the Bearcats can shut them down here and make it a quick drive as we have earlier tonight.
Minute and 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Scottsbluff leads 14-0. Handoff to Folkert. Nothing doing. Travnicek comes across from his nose tackle spot and Roar up from his linebacker spot. Loss of 2 for Folkert. And backed up behind the chains once again, this Alliance Bulldogs offense. Second straight season qualifying for the Class B playoffs. Again, just 23 teams in Class B, 16 qualify for the postseason. There's a clear line of demarcation between serious contenders in this bracket and everyone else. Where you want to put that line, maybe up for debate. Could be 3, 4, or 5, and then a drop-off. Dubray goes far side, shy of midfield, ball incomplete. We've got a flag down, and it looks like we might get a pass interference call against Alex Galindo as Dubray tried to find Kason Clark, that 6'4" target on the far sideline.
Might have had the arm wrapped around the waist a little bit as he went up to knock it down with the other hand, so that's likely why they called it.
$15-yard mark off, second penalty of the night on Scottsbluff. 2 penalties for 30 yards for the Cats. We've got 55 seconds to play in the opening quarter. 14-0 lead for the top seed in Class B. James Bruner on the right corner. The safeties are Caden Shoemaker and Brett Hill. Brett Hill directing traffic. Josiah Diola slides inside. Handoff comes to Folkert. Luke Roar made a beeline for the football, and there was a hole, but he filled things up in a hurry. Now a little extracurricular activity. No flags are down. Mokiak's going to check out. Simmons will come back on. No gain on the play for Eric Folkert. Clock's at 25 seconds to go in this first quarter. 14-0 lead for Scottsbluff. Alliance averages just 16.8 points per game. Scottsbluff gives up just 12.9 per contest this year. Snap to Dubray. Looks right. A fade route, and Kason Clark never saw the football. Had the man coverage from the corner and then a little safety help over the top in Caden Shoemaker. And 5 seconds, still 5 ticks to go in this quarter, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. Alliance, pretty even split offensively. They average 126 yards rushing a game and 138 passing. Trips left. Single receiver set to the right. That's Kellen Muir. Folkert in the backfield. Straight drop from Dubray. They're going to set up a screen. Ball's tipped. I believe Jack Darnell got a big paw up on it. And the buzzer sounds, horn sounds here at Bearcat Stadium. Darnell, the good play on the pass rush, and then the deflection on the tip ball. It'll be a 4th and 10 when we start the second quarter in just a moment. 14-0 Scottsbluff after 1 tonight on the West Coast scoreboard.
This is where your chain guy.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fans deserve the best service.
And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now.
And now is the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing. Start of the second quarter on KNEB.TV and the trail for our radio broadcast tonight. Brett Hill calls for a fair catch, hauls it in and secures the football for Scottsbluff. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They've scored on their last 2 drives of 65 and 50 yards, and they lead 14-0. Glad to have you tonight. Josiah Diolas slides out to a receiver spot left side. They'll fake the handoff. Hill, plenty of time. He's going to roll. Now he's going to move back to his right. Hill's going to tuck the football and stretch it forward to around the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 34. That'll be a gain of 6 and set up 2nd down and 4 for the Bearcats offensive unit.
Looks like they were trying to isolate Diolas over here on a one-on-one matchup. The numbers here on the near sideline, and pretty fair coverage that time. And Hill decided to take off the other way and scramble for what he could and came up with a good positive gain.
2nd and 4, ball right hash, hand off to Cruel, immediate on the cutback, just lowers his shoulder, runs over a linebacker, and then drags defenders across the 50 to the 49, a pickup of 16. Mike, we talk about it all the time, the speed, the power, the leg drive, the toughness. I mean, Jacob Cruel's the total package.
Yeah, those legs were churning on that one. And he kept the momentum going after the contact and rolled through a tackler, and nice game. Right up the gut.
Over 1,400 yards coming into play tonight, averaging 8.5 yards a pop. Handoff comes to Caleb Walker. Walker, he's across the line of scrimmage, lowers his shoulder, runs through a DB. Walker down the near sideline to the 25, 20, 15, inside the 10, still on his feet. They'll mark him down at the 6-yard line, a pickup of 44 yards, and he delivered a blow to Roman Garza. And Garza, just a moment or so ago, finally able to pick himself up off the turf here at Bearcat Stadium. 44-yard run for Caleb Walker.
It was a great run by Caleb. As soon as he got outside here on the corner, made a nice little slide move to avoid a tackler and find a lane. And, man, once he found that lane, he became the aggressor. And he was looking for people to try to hit him.
Double tight set. Hill on the roll. He'll fire a pass to Caleb Walker. That's a 6-yard touchdown pass from Brett Hill to Caleb Walker. Brett Hill is accounted for all 3 touchdowns tonight. Scottsbluff's with has their first score here in the second with 10:16 to go. Hill to Walker, covering 6 yards. Hit Schwartz for 38, ran it in himself from 3 yards out. Now Hill to Caleb Walker, covering 6 yards after the long run by Walker, and he'll handle the drive himself, cap it off with a made extra point. 10:16 to play here in the first half. We'll keep it right here for just a moment, Mike. After a early penalty on the Cats' first play from scrimmage, really kind of bogged down that opening drive. Things have looked exactly like you would expect here.
Yeah, I think they've only had one other penalty on the night so far. Other than that one, it was a pass interference, and the offense has been able to really chew up some yards. Line's doing a great job of blocking. Big holes. Hill's throwing the ball well. Receivers are running good routes and making good catches, and they're looking pretty sharp.
Chris Cottrell, Mike Holly with you from our Logos broadcast booth here at Bearcats Stadium. Jeremy Dollarhide and his fellas over at Logos, man, they do a great job. They'll custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. No job too big or small for Logos. That's downtown Gering, 21-0 our score. Scottsbluff in complete control here with 10:16 to play in the first half. A 21-0 lead on rival Alliance. Caleb Walker sends one down to around the 3. It'll bounce into the end zone, and that'll be the, I think, 8th touchback of the year in the kickoff category for Caleb Walker. Mike Walker now has 8 touchbacks. Sebastian has 21. So 29 touchbacks on the year. You're scoring a lot of points when you're kicking off that often, but, man, they make opponents start at the 20 all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's helped your defense out, man. It's not letting them be out past the 30 every time because of the return. So it takes the pressure off that kick coverage team, and gives you a much better chance to be successful defensively.
And Jake McLean has had this defense improving week by week to this point. They have forced, I think, 21 turnovers on the season, and a good bunch of those have come in the last month. Early movement up front. I don't see a flag. Folkert takes the football to the 23-yard line for a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Alliance. 3-6 off a loss to Lexington 28-21. 2 weeks ago got beat here 51-10. 3 weeks back they won at home over Gering 34-21. Wins on the year against Chase County, Gering, and Brush, Colorado. Now we've got a flag and some movement up front. That'll be a 5-yard mark-off on the false start. Called against Alliance, their 2nd penalty of the night.
Looked like Keegan Grant came forward toward the line of scrimmage there, Chris, and a little bit eager.
Rewind to last Friday night, Mike. What a fun night it was at McCook, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. That was quite a ball game. About had knots in your stomach trying to figure out how it was going to turn out. But, yeah, it was a really good game to watch.
Both teams played backup quarterbacks throughout the second half. We saw a lot of 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Dubray scrambling away from Mokiak and able to connect with Kason Clark. And that'll be a pickup of 14 to move the chains. Dubray's a gamer. Kid's tough, multi-sport athlete.
Yeah,
one of the stars on their baseball team over the summer.
Yep.
You know, he's not their best basketball player, but he'll always come in off the bench and play with confidence, never afraid to take a big shot if needed. Just a tough kid.
Yeah, that was really good pressure by Mokiak that time. He got there quick, and, you know, when you got Terrence coming at you, you either better be ready for a big hit or you better do something to move, and Dubray did a good job of avoiding it, sliding a little to his left and making the completion.
Jack Darnell had 10 tackles last week, and he tackles Folkert on the little fullback swing pass out here near the right hash for a loss of 1. Quite the outside linebacker rotation with everyone healthy. Darnell, Diolas, and Sebastian Harsh. So a heavy dose of Darnell and Diolas tonight. Jack's had a tremendous senior season. That outside linebacker coming into play tonight, 29 total tackles, 6.5 of those behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, and Alliance behind the chains. Dubray, little bubble screen out to the left, and James Bruner was in position to make the tackle, but the receiver slipped and fell. That's Kason Clark, and that'll be a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 12 now. Scottsbluff will bring off some D linemen, Simmons and Mokiak, and they'll get an extra defensive back into the game with Cruel, and also Caleb Walker started the year as a starting safety, and when he plays defensively now, a lot of times he slides up to kind of a rover spot on passing downs.
And this look, you can pretty much bet you're going to get some outside linebacker pressure.
Diolis and Darnell show blitz. Dubray steps up, fires. Little sidearm delivery just out of the reach of his intended receiver right there, Kellen Muir. Ball falls on 3rd and long, incomplete. It'll set up 4th down and 13. And with 7:15 to play here in the first half, Scottsbluff looks like they'll get some pretty good field position again here. They punted on their first drive of the night, did Scottsbluff, but since then, three straight scoring drives, 65, 50, and 62-yard drives, able to punch them in. Brett Hill on the return, does not call for a fair catch, brings it across midfield, and he gets dumped by Colin Schroyer over near the Alliance bench. Hill gets some help up to his feet from some teammates, Shoemaker and Galindo. And Scottsbluff's going to have it 1st and 10 at midfield. 7:04 to play. Shout out to a former Bearcat. My partner knows him well, Trayston Holly, Mike's son, an assistant coach at Wayne High School. They came in a lower seed tonight in their first-round playoff game, Mike, and they get in the win column.
Yeah, that was a good win for the old Blue Devils. They were the 11th seed against Kearney Catholic, who was the 6th, and ended up winning by 7. So they get to play 2 rounds and have a home game next week.
Congratulations to Trayston. Snap comes to Diolis. A little change up there as they move Josiah to the quarterback spot. He's going to run it out of that position. Did see him throw a few passes in pregame warm-ups. This will be a gain of 1 for Diolis. 205-pound senior. Been playing varsity football since his freshman year. Been a difference maker all 4 years of his high school career here for Scottsbluff High football. Heavy formation. Snap to Diolis. They'll run him left. Diolis to the second level, spins. He's got a 1st down, and he will fall forward to around the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 13 for Diolis, and another tough guy to tackle when he's tucked in behind all those big bodies paving the way.
Yeah, he had a burst that time, got right up to the line. Looks like Norris is ahead of Mount Michael 21-10 in the second.
A Norris win, we would stay home next Friday night. 3 receivers right. Brett Hill rolls that direction. He'll plant his foot, trying to find an open receiver. Can't find one, dancing around, and now pushed out of bounds. And that'll be a loss on the play.
Knocked out of bounds by Clark.
Kason Clark defensively able to push Hill out of bounds. A loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Ball inside the Alliance 40-yard line on the right hash. So Norris up. We saw McCook had a lead at halftime on Hastings 7-6. And that passing game of Hastings, you start to wonder about it when the weather turns cold a little bit.
Yeah, that's why you really want to be able to run the ball in November.
Brett Hill fumbles the football, and this is going to be recovered by Alliance. So first turnover of the night for Scottsbluff, a fumble by Brett Hill. Had a short gain on the play, coughs it up, Alliance falls on it. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. So first turnover of the night for either club. Alliance benefits from Hill putting it on the turf. They get the ball back with 5:54 to play in the first half. High school playoff coverage for the Bearcats tonight on KNEB.TV and radio on the trail and streaming online as always at KNEB.com. Trips right, single back. They pump a little screen, and now Dubray going to improvise. Dubray fires, pass is incomplete. Ball over near the track far sideline. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Covered by Diolis.
Diolis on the coverage for Scottsbluff.
That was good coverage that time because Dubray had a lot of time after he kind of scrambled around a little bit. So that makes it tough on the back end with your coverage guys when he has that much time. But Everybody was in solid position and stayed that way. So good job by the secondary that time, linebackers and DBs covering their men.
21-0 Bearcats. Alliance 2nd down and 10. Play action pass. Dubray getting pressure from the backside. Lofting a ball up. No flag. Nope, we're going to get a late flag. Thought Alex got his head turned, his body in the right spot. The official must have seen some bit of contact. Head coach Jake McLean having a quick visit now with Caden Shoemaker, but a penalty against Scottsbluff. And Alex definitely conscious of getting his head turned, and he did.
Yeah, he did. And, they went after the ball and evidently made a little contact.
So they'll move the line of scrimmage from the 30 out to the 45. Check that, the 46, from the 31 to the 46. All 3 penalties tonight on Scottsbluff have been 15-yarders, 3 for 45. 1st and 10, Alliance has it at their own 46-yard line. Little design sprint out to the left, dumping the ball off, and that's a completed pass. On the catch far side was Kellen Muir. Into Bearcat territory, a pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Dubray to Muir for a gain of 8. We've got a timeout taken by Scottsbluff. We'll step away as well. 5:14 to play in the first half. Scottsbluff leads Alliance 21-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Chicken street tacos from Taco John's with our signature garlic lime sauce. Or upgrade to sirloin steak for just $1 more. 3 for just $5. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Second and short out of the timeout. Dubray had it stripped from behind. I believe this is a live football, and Scottsbluff is forced their first turnover of the night. Somebody stripped it from the backside. Jack Darnell came up with the fumble recovery. First turnover of the night. Darnell on a fumble recovery. And Scottsbluff will take over at their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Each team now with a turnover. Bearcats have it, more good field position with 5:07 to play in the first half. Pitching the shutout on Alliance, 21-0. They motion Walker. Handoff comes to Cruel. Design cutback immediately. And a pickup of 5 for Jacob Cruel. Last week in that head knocker against McCook. Very physical game for, everybody, and Cruel right there. 31 carries, 124 yards. He did lose a fumble. Start of the fourth quarter. Hastings leads McCook 28-7. I guess they got things figured out.
Yeah, they're stretching it out a little now.
Dump it to Caleb Walker. That pass was backwards, so I believe that's going to be a running play for Walker, and that'll be a loss of 4. Back to midfield. So that'll set up 3rd down and 9. A few new wrinkles we've seen tonight. Not sure if that's based on the quarterback under center, or just some new things Scottsbluff wants to get on film.
I'll tell you, they're spreading the ball around well. I mean, I thought it was going to be all Cruel, but they are using everybody.
On the completion, Hill hits Walker. Walker takes it inside the 10, down to the 7. That'll be a pickup of 43 yards. And I like what we're seeing. You like the big plays, but man,
nice balance.
The more you can give your future opponents to deal with and look at film and say, what in the world do we do with this offense? You're in good shape.
Yeah, Walker's got 3 catches for 51 yards and a touchdown right now. Schwartz has 1 for 38 and a touchdown.
They'll move the formation, strong side left, double tight wing back, hand off to Krul. They'll get Krul into the end zone. 7-yard run. Wasn't touched until he got right to around the goal line. 7-yard touchdown run. And with 3:41 to play in the opening half, Scottsbluff leads 27-0. 7-yard TD run for Jacob Krul. Caleb Walker on for the PATs. Perfect tonight, 3 out of 3. 44 of 49 on the season. Very reliable. Snap to Hill. Walker's kick splits. Nope. Missed that one. So the kick, no good. 3:41 to play. Scottsbluff leads 27-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fans deserve the best service.
And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now.
And now is the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Bracelets.
High school football tonight on KNDB.TV and radio on the trail. Melissa Float, your local American National Insurance agent, offers auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch insurance. See Melissa Float for your insurance needs. She's in Torrington. Line drive boot from Caleb Walker. Takes a friendly bounce for the Bearcats senior. Alliance picks things up, and making a tackle on special teams is Preston Anderson.
That was a great job of getting down there and making a good play by Preston.
Colin Schroyer on the return, so long field to navigate now for Alliance. The visitors tonight trail 27-0, and they'll have it at their own 15-yard line. D-line look right now. You've got Mokiak, Travnicek, and Mogg. Linebacking core of Holly, Hegum in the middle, Diolis and Darnell on the outside, and that secondary with Hill and Shoemaker deep and Bruner and Galindo on the corners. Alliance will spread things out. 2 receivers to both sides of the formation. Single back in the pistol. It is Dubray. Dubray, and able to escape Jack Darnell, and he dumps it out here to Colin Schroyer. We do have a flag in the backfield, and we'll see who this is on penalty-wise, but good job by Dubray, and holding is the call against Alliance. That'll be their 3rd flag of the night.
They did everything but sack Dubray that time. They had him by the jersey, about ready to go down, and he did a nice job of escaping.
Jack a little gimpy. Walking to the near sideline. They get a replacement on for Darnell. Creighton Dykle slide inside, coming off the bench, and they'll move Evan Hegum to outside linebacker spot. 10-yard penalty. 3 for 25 tonight in that category for Alliance. They will hand it off to Folkert, and he is swallowed by Trayton Travnicek along that defensive line. 6 feet, 275, a senior. And Travnicek makes the stop. It'll be 2nd And they'll call it 24. It was a spot foul on the 10-yard hold. So 2nd and 24 for Alliance. Ball just outside the goal line. Quick hook route. Ball's popped up in the air. Caden Shoemaker read it, broke. You like the intensity. He's frustrated. He couldn't come up with that pick.
He jumped that route, and he was looking at 6 right there.
Well, he's really come on this year as this season's moved along.
Yeah, he's playing solid.
3rd down.
Read that time and coming up and making a play.
3rd down and 24, 2:35 to play.
That kind of helped the Bearcats out there, Chris. Little incomplete pass, stopping the clock. Be nice with the field position we've got right now to punch another one in before the half.
This screams run or just a deep ball. Snap to Dubray. Under pressure.
How about a grounding in the end zone?
Fired it across the middle. Not sure if he was looking. They're pointing at someone. Deolis put the pressure on Dubray. Trevor Dubray can barely get back in his drop and get a foot planted before he's got the heat.
Can you tell me who he was thrown to, Chris?
They pointed at number 9. That would be Creighton Siza, and I guess he was in the vicinity.
I don't know if I'd say vicinity. he was
on
the field.
He was on that half of the field.
Yeah, he was on the field. Looks like Norris goes up 31-10.
So tracking for a home game next week. Block punt. Ball is loose. Caleb Walker stays patient, picks it up, and he's into the end zone. Block punt for a score for Scottsbluff. I believe Deolis blocked it. Walker picks it up and runs it in from about, 11 yards out. I don't see a beanbag drop down there to mark that spot. For now, we're going to call it an 11-yard return on the block punt with 2:20 to play here in the first half. Caleb Walker scores the special teams touchdown.
Going for 2 to get that point back. Huh?
They will snap it to Deolis, and Deolis makes it 35-0 on the 2-point conversion. Power football off tackle left, and with 2:20 to play in the first half, all Scottsbluff 35-0 on the West Coast scoreboard. This is break 10, right, TJ? All right, we'll cut this short at a minute and then leave the remaining minute of this.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Yeah, the cold's a little bit quicker.
Yep. And with the score the way it is, you're already starting to think about self-preservation a little bit.
Yeah.
Keep it, get the starters out as quick as you can in the second half. You've got the running clock, and you move forward.
The way Norris is rolling, it's looking like a home game for the Bearcats next week.
Sebastian Harsh in street clothes. Got a nice little winter hat on down along the sideline. Dubray rolls left. He's going to launch one down the near sideline. Jump ball up for grabs. Good play by Alex Galindo.
Great position by Alex that time.
And went up and high pointed the football, trying to make a play. Turned it into the receiver himself on that one.
got his body in a good spot.
Alex had some early struggles this year on first couple of drives, bit down on some option game, gave up a big gainer down this near sideline I can remember against North Platte, but he's turned into a really reliable player.
Yeah, you get better by playing, and Alex has played all year. And
Dubray, and another great break by Caden Shoemaker. He was playing deep, so he really didn't need to take some clearing steps from his safety spot. Saw the route break over the middle, and he broke with it. And Shoemaker, another pass breakup, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 now for Alliance, 35-0 Scottsbluff.
We were talking about Alex getting better as the year's gone on. And I think Caden's very similar. You know, he's gained that experience. Both those guys have gained that experience through playing all year, and it's just they're getting better and they're learning some tricks, and they're just getting more seasoned as the year goes on.
3rd down and 10. Alliance going to go to the ground game, and Eric Folkert breaks contain left side. Far sideline at the 35. He'll be shy of the 40 at the 39, a pickup of 19. Little breakdown on contain on the right side of the defense there for Scottsbluff.
Yep, lost contain over there, and now the Bulldogs have their 3rd first down of the night.
Alliance to the line of scrimmage, trips right, single receiver left, one back. Dubray, plenty of time, holds the ball, now looks middle, he's got his man. Brett Hill on the tackle across midfield at the 41-yard line. Pickup of 20 on the catch that time was Kellen Muir. He's been a favorite target so far tonight of Trevor Dubray. Gain of 20. And Alliance trying to make some noise here in the closing moments of the first half.
Yeah, if we give him that much time, he might start to get hot. That was a lot of time, and that's tough to cover when you're on the back end.
Altering his arm angle, Dubray slips one out to Folkert. That'll be a gain of 9 as Diolis put the pressure on, and you got to tip your cap to Trevor Dubray on that one. He had Diolis right in his face, just dropped down sidearm like a shortstop that he is in baseball, and right on the money to Folkert in the flat.
Looked a little Mahomes-ish.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm sure Trevor will take that compliment. 35-0, 66 seconds to play. Snap back to Dubray. Again, under pressure, steps up. Ball is out. Are they going to call this a fumble or an incomplete pass? They signal first down for Scottsbluff. Dubray's pleading his case, saying my arm was coming forward to no avail. That is a turnover. Second of the night. A pair of fumbles for Alliance. This one a little iffy. There's been a few iffy calls so far tonight.
Can't comment, Chris.
No comment says enough. 1:01 to play in the half. 35-0 Cats football. Receiver right, receiver left, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout taken by Scottsbluff. Had to be an alignment issue. They have 11 on the field, but they called the timeout. We'll stay right here. So, all Norris in their matchup with Mount Michael, all Scottsbluff here, as we already start to look forward to next Friday night. And Mike, how about that possibility for a semi? I know that's a ways down the road, but talk about tasty. Roncalli or Northwest. Whew, that'd be fun.
Yeah, next week if we finish business here and Norris continues doing what they're doing, we'll have Norris here in one quarterfinal, and then the other quarterfinal is Roncalli will go to Northwest if things pan out as they're looking tonight. But that means for a semifinal game, if both Bearcats win and Roncalli wins, we would have to go to Omaha for a semifinal game. But if Northwest would win, we would get the home game again.
Brett Hill, they ran an out and up to Darnell, and Brett Hill with a wobbler that's intercepted at the 35-yard line by Chase King on the INT. So turnovers on back-to-back plays. An Alliance fumble and now the Scottsbluff interception. As King picks off the pass intended for Jack Darnell. 52 seconds to play, so Alliance now has it at their own 35-yard line. Trips left, receiver right. Dubray drops. He's going to roll to the short side, launch one down the near sideline. Pass is almost intercepted by Caden Shoemaker, who undercut that route. I don't believe the receiver ever saw the ball. And Shoemaker, he's been near about 3 INTs tonight.
I tell you, that was a great job by Shoemaker coming because Galindo was running side by side with the receiver, but Shoemaker came over the top from the safety position and made a great play. I thought I saw Coach McLean out there kind of talking to him previously when they ran a similar play, and man, he almost got there that time. That was almost a big play.
Evan Hegem blitzes off the edge. Here comes Dubray, breaks contain, fires back, thrown against the grain. Tough delivery, ball's incomplete. Pass was intended for Chase King. It'll set up 3rd down and 10. Hegem's turned into a heck of a linebacker himself.
Oh, he has. He's a good athlete. Got a good nose for the ball. Another big, strong kid that can run.
You get up close to him at practice, and you're right, big and strong is exactly what he is. Just amazing the talent level on this Bearcat team. I guess that's what you get when you're the number 1 seed in the Class B playoffs. Scottsbluff trying to march their way back to Lincoln for a 2nd straight season. 2 seed Scott, 3 seed Waverly. Handoff, Nick Mogg. Also Creighton Dyke up from a linebacker spot to join in on the fun defensively, help out on the tackle. 28 seconds to play and a timeout taken by Scottsbluff as they want to force Alliance to punt on the football here. So Folkert picks up 1. It'll be 4th down and 9. Glad to have you tonight on KDB.TV, radio coverage on the trail. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far. Cats lead 35-0 here at home tonight in their playoff opener. Week 1 of the postseason. 9-0 record. District champion, 21-14 victory at McCook last week. Wrap that up. And now the important stuff. Second portion of the schedule, the postseason has arrived, and up to the challenge so far, they lead 35-0. Another fair catch called for by Brett Hill, and Scottsbluff will try to go to work here with 23 seconds. You would assume they called the timeout, so you would assume they might take a shot or two here.
No doubt. Especially the way Hill's been throwing the ball tonight. He's had time. He's made some good throws.
And again, in situations like this, it's just more to make a future opponent prepare for. Snap. They will hand it off to Diolis. Diolis bounces it outside. Tries to shake a defender. Stiff arms a couple. And he is pushed out here on the near sideline. Chase King talking a little bit. A cooler-headed teammate in Garza getting Chase King pushed back into the Alliance defensive huddle. That'll be a gain of 10 for Diolis and a first down, 16 seconds to play.
Nice job by Josiah getting out of bounds on that one as well, stopping that clock.
35-0 Cats, ball left hash. Hill will hand it off to Caleb Walker. He's got it tucked under the left arm. Walker bursts across the 40, blasts his way through a couple of tacklers inside the 35. Somebody lost a shoe. They'll mark the football at the 33, a pickup of 14. I'll tell you what, Caleb Walker came to play tonight.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Chris. he's here and he's going to do whatever it takes to get her done.
So Brett Hill spikes the football, and there are 5 seconds left in the first half. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Cats have it at the 33, we'll call it. 2 receivers left. Walker out to the right. Hill takes the snap. Straight drop, looks left. Now he's going to go right. And that's going to be overthrown, trying to get a deep post route to Caleb Walker. Outstanding first half for the Scottsbluff Bearcats as they lead Alliance 35-0 at halftime on the West Coast scoreboard.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Did the extreme weather this summer do damage to your home? Call Roofing Plus today. Let Luke Shaneman and his team get your home back and family back to normal. Licensed and insured, call Roofing Plus today and Luke will get you scheduled for your free and easy inspection and see if you qualify for a new roof, siding, or gutters. The Roofing Plus team can be there in days, not months. Call Roofing Plus today, 308-440-6387.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the Experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Christmas is in the air at Compliments for you and your home. Come in today to see all the Christmas decor you'll need to help brighten up your house, from tree decorations to carolers and Santas. We also have beautiful and original ladies' fashions for the holiday season, which appeal to women of all ages and sizes. And for the cold nights, bundle up in some coffee shop clothing. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
High school football playoff coverage tonight on KNEB.TV, radio on the trail, and we're online streaming as always. You can count on us there at KNEB.com. Business as usual here at Bearcat Stadium tonight for the top seed in the Class B playoff bracket. The Scottsbluff Bearcats dominating here 35-0 at the break as they lead Alliance on night number 1 of the postseason. 35-0. Cats again playing without Sebastian Harsh, out with that knee injury tonight. Status is up in the air moving forward throughout the rest of this postseason for one of the best football players in the entire state of Nebraska. 35-0 is our count right now. Let's give you the scoring recap. Alliance won the toss and deferred, and they kicked it away to the Cats, who picked up a quick personal foul call and really set their first offensive drive back. They wound up going 3 and out with a punt, but then, as you would expect, they got going quickly. Defense forced a punt on a 3 and out, a 65-yard drive, finished off by a big pass play. Hill to Trevor Schwartz, covering 38 yards. Hill likes that 38-yard touchdown range. Had one late last week to win the game to Darnell at McCook. 3:09 to play in the first quarter. They'd get their second scoring drive, covering 50 yards. Brett Hill a 3-yard touchdown run. Caleb Walker's kick made it 14-0. We'd move into the second quarter with 10:16 to play, early second quarter. Hill to Walker on a 6-yard touchdown pass after Walker did plenty of the work on a long run down into scoring territory. 3:41 to play. Krul gets into the action with a 7-yard touchdown run. Walker's kick off the mark, so 27-0 to close out that 4-play 50-yard scoring drive. And then with 2:20 to play in the first half, Scottsbluff blocked a punt. Caleb Walker picked it up, I think, around the 11-yard line. Able to use a blocker or two in front of him, and he got himself into the end zone. And then after the missed PAT on the touchdown prior, they decided to go for 2. And the direct snap to Josiah Deolis out of the heavy formation, and Deolis plunges in from short range, and it made it 35-0, and that's where we're at right now. There have been 4 turnovers in this game. Alliance has fumbled twice. Scottsbluff has fumbled once. Brett Hill giving it away, and then Hill with a jump ball here on the near side, down around the 40 on a long strike, trying to get it across midfield late. Was intercepted by Chase King. No damage done as the Bearcat defense able to force a punt on another 3 and out. So here at halftime, 35-0 our score. We'll take a look at some halftime numbers in just a moment. We'll get to those with Mike when we come back right after this on KNEB.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Family Built Homes. Consumers Cooperative Credit Union. And by Scottsbluff Body and Paint.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition. Convenient stores in your neighborhood. Friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viero Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipments.com.
Dotzler 7 touchdown passes tonight. I'd rather play Northwest here.
Yeah. And that won't be a picnic either. But.
No. Playoff football for Scottsbluff in control at home tonight. They lead 35-0. Let's go ahead and take a look at our halftime statistics brought to you by Arby's. They're the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Halftime stats with Mike Holly.
Bearcats have the big lead as they do on the scoreboard. 282 total yards to 82 total yards for Alliance. Bearcats have 175 rushing on 23 carries. And we have 107 yards passing on 5 for 8. Brett Hill's 5 for 8 for 107 yards. Rushing for the Bearcats, leading the way. We have Jacob Krull, 9 carries for 73 yards. Caleb Walker knocking on the door of a 100-yard night, 5 carries for 70 yards. And Josiah Diolas has 4 carries for 24 yards. Brett Hill, 5 carries for 8 yards. So that's where you get your 23 carries, 175. Receiving the ball, Walker's had a nice night receiving so far too. 3 catches, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. Trevor Schwartz has 1 catch for 38 yards and a touchdown, and Darnell had the 1 catch for 12 yards. Alliance, on the other hand, they only have 11 rushes on the night. Folkert is the main guy. He has 9 carries for 26 yards, and Trevor Dubray basically 2 sacks and fumbles. So they have 11 carries for 26 yards. Dubray in the passing games thrown the ball 24 times, completed 8, and for 56 yards. So the 56 yards passing and the 26 rushing for Alliance give them their 82. So great performance so far by the Bearcats.
Scottsbluff in control, 35-0 here at halftime. We've got a few moments. Let's run through a couple of these scores right now. Checking things out on Twitter as we look at the Class B bracket. Some of these games able to scan here. Let's see what we can find. Look, we remember the name Jack Dotzler from a year ago for Omaha Roncalli. Suffered that broken wrist here in the first half late as Roncalli was frankly in control against the Cats. We know how it all turned out. Dotzler tonight has thrown 7 touchdown passes, and Omaha Roncalli at 9 minutes ago, there were 9 minutes left in the game, and they were up 49-21. Grand Island Northwest, a team that led Scottsbluff in the fourth quarter this year. Scottsbluff able to win that game 18-13. Northwest leading Lexington 27-3. So it looks like you can kind of punch Northwest and Roncalli's ticket to round 2. And we knew there were going to be a lot of lopsided games here on opening night in Class B with the reconfiguration from a year ago, and now just 23 teams, so 16 teams out of 23 make it into the playoffs. Elsewhere, Hastings beat McCook 42-7. Tigers' first win over the Bison in the playoffs since 2000. Also see a score here, Aurora leading Ogallala 25-13 in the fourth quarter. And anything else I can find here quickly as we're scrolling. If you're on Twitter, you can always just search the hashtag NEBPreps, and I'll give you a nice lineup of scores from all classes, just scrolling quickly on your phone. Oh, here's one. A final from Class B. Bennington beat Seward 47-35. So the Badgers move on into round 2. We expect Waverly and Scott to win with no issues tonight. Scott played 15 seed Blair, and Waverly was in action. Let me see here quickly. Waverly, the 3 seed, was taking on 14 seed Omaha Gross Catholic. So didn't see scores for those 2 matchups. And again, Norris was up last we saw 31-10 on Mount Michael Benedictine. We're at halftime right now here on KNEB.TV. Radio coverage on the trail and online at KNEB.com. Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit. They offer regularly scheduled accessible bus service for you, serving communities here in the Panhandle Monday through Friday. Reservations are required. Visit panhandletrails.com or call 761-TRIP, then 761-8747. All Cats tonight. They lead it big 35-0 here at halftime as they are on cruise control mode right now against Alliance. We'll step away, come back with more. Halftime score 35-0. Cats leading Alliance on the West Coast scoreboard.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find Find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Chicken street tacos from Taco John's with our signature garlic lime sauce. Or upgrade to sirloin steak for just $1 more. 3 for just $5. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Winter is upon us, and while safety is an important consideration all year long, there are some auto maintenance and safety checks that are specific to winter driving. To be sure you don't end up a road popsicle, take your vehicle to High Tech Auto and let Terry's team help you get an upper hand on Old Man Winter.
$35-0 halftime score. We'll have a running clock throughout this second half with the Cats up 5 touchdowns, 7 TD passes for Jack Dotzler. We mentioned that earlier. So as you think ahead to next week, unless something drastically changed with Mount Michael and a major comeback against Norris, it'll be Norris here at Bearcats Stadium. And outside of a state title game, that would make it 5 straight playoff games at home the last 2 years. So when you put yourself in position as a top seed, sometimes if you get a break or two, you're going to force some opponents to drive a ways out this direction. Who did we have last year? Ralston, Ron Colley, and York.
Yeah.
Came out west. I barely remember anything about the Ralston game.
No.
Those next 2 weeks took up the memory bank quite well.
Yeah, and I go back to 5 years ago or whatever, but upsetting Beatrice at their place by our guys, that made Scott come out here for the semifinals. Scott traveled. It was cold.
It was a cold night.
Yeah, they ended up getting it done. So the home field doesn't always save you, but. Sure is nice to not have to travel across the state.
Like that night, Scott was just clearly a better football team. But we'll see how things shake out as we move forward. But always fun to get to this second portion of the season. And we'll look forward to what would appear to be another home game next week here at Bearcat Stadium. And, of course, the status of quarterback Sebastian Harsh, not in uniform tonight. It was a scary injury last week, Mike.
It was.
The fact that he's able to be up and moving around and hasn't been ruled out completely for the rest of the year, and I think has a chance at some point to hopefully get back. But it was a scary deal last week, no doubt.
Yeah, anytime a guy leaves the field, but, you could tell it was a knee. He kind of got dragged down from behind and pulled back, and the way that he went off at halftime after sitting for a while, it really stiffened up on him, so made you wonder just how bad it is. So I hope he has a good week of practice and is able to get through things okay, and hope he's on the road to recovery.
Earlier this week we had sub-district volleyball coverage for you from Sidney. Sidney is one impressive high school volleyball team this year. Their first-year coach is Marcus Erkey. They hired him from Alma, so a great hire down there at Sidney. And he's done a great job with a very talented bunch. Man, they can serve, and they'll have a district final tomorrow at home against Beatrice. Gearing beat Alliance 4 times this year, unable to get in. Alliance is in as the 10 seed, and they will play at Grand Island Northwest tomorrow. Also in action, you've got Bridgeport in a district final. They'll take on St. Cecilia. That's a 1 versus 16 at North Platte St. Pat's, I believe, for that one. And you've got Shadron and Malcolm in C1. And I believe that one will be at North Platte High School tomorrow. So some of the teams in the region playing district finals in volleyball coming up tomorrow. First round Class B football playoff game tonight. Scottsbluff dominating Alliance 35-0. And it'll be Scottsbluff kicking off, and again, a running clock here in the second half.
That'll benefit the Bearcats as much as Alliance throws it around. So
Chase King on the return out to the 25. Yeah, I was surprised. I knew Dubray'd thrown it a bunch, but 24 pass attempts in the first half.
That's a ton. I can't believe they only had 9 rushing attempts.
Hey, he gives them their best option to
He does.
to succeed.
He's an athlete, yeah. So put it in his hands, see what he can do.
First and 10 for Alliance. Dubray back at the controls here for the Bulldogs. They'll come out, trips right, single receiver to the left, and the snap. Straight drop, a slant route. Creighton Dyke dropping from a linebacker spot, able to get a hand up on it. It'll be second down and 10. I want to give a shout out to another Alliance Bulldog. That'd be Joel Baker. He committed to play basketball at Concordia earlier this week. Joel's fought through a serious back injury before his junior year, had surgery during the summer. Was never really 100% last year, so he's able to get that college commitment out of the way and get ready for a senior year of basketball with college already taken care of. So congratulations out to Joel. Dubray scrambling. Improv finds Chase King inside the Scottsbluff 40. They'll mark it at the 35. Pickup of 40, and a pretty ball right there from Dubray. Dropped it in beautifully, tight spiral.
That was a nice play. It looked like he was really intending to go to his left the way everything was set up, and then he kind of turned around and rolled out to his right, and he had a receiver, King, going deep down the sideline there. So pretty well-designed play, and found him open.
10:53 to go here in the third quarter. Scottsbluff leading 35-0. They've got the starting defensive unit out there, do the Cats. Dubray in the pistol. Going to hand it off to Folkert. Folkert drops the football. And I believe Scottsbluff going to come up with their third forced turnover of the night. They'll have it at their own 36-yard line. That is the second lost fumble for Alliance. They've also thrown... No, check that. Their third lost fumble for their 3 turnovers. Cats have it. Again, running clock. Tyler Smith over the football at the center position. Hustling off is Charlie Otto for Alliance. Hill going to hand it off to Jacob Krull. Krull slips one tackle, dives forward to across the 45 to mark him at the 40. He'll be shy of the 46. Looks like a gain of 9 for Jacob Krull on first down. How many carries did he have in the first half?
Jacob had 9 carries in the first half.
So able to limit his workload and build up a big lead, and you keep him fresh, like a lot of things we've seen tonight.
Yep. Stay healthy this second half and just finish the deal.
Hill in the gun. Double tight set, ball between the hash marks. They will hand it to Krull. Krull going to have enough for the first down. Bulls his way across midfield. He'll take it to the 47. Pickup of 7 for Jacob Krull. Able to bide his time behind Chris Busby. Served as the halfback a year ago with Chris as the featured ball carrier. We've talked about it ad nauseum at times, but the list of running backs just never ends. A pass incomplete, wanted Jack Darnell. Well, down and out from the tight end left side. Hill's ball a little off the mark. Incomplete, second down and 10.
Looked like that wheel route a little bit, Chris. They had the back coming out here on a circle pattern on the sideline, and had that out there with Darnell to set it up. But Darnell came open and just didn't get her completed.
They will direct snap to Diolas, that offset fullback, and he busts loose. Got a huge block from Krul, I think, and it's Diolas 10-5 and a pay dirt.
Wow.
A 47-yard touchdown run. The direct snap got bottled up at the line of scrimmage, but good peripheral vision for Diolas. Able to see there was nothing defensively on the outside. Bounced it out. Got a huge block from Krul, and then breakaway to the end zone on the touchdown run for Diolas.
Yeah, great job of bouncing that. And couldn't find him after he did that for a while. He snuck over there to their side, and, man, pretty soon you see the speed going up the sideline, and there he goes.
Caleb Walker's kick is up and good with 8:44 to play in the third quarter. It's Scottsbluff dominating Alliance 42-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away, and work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Colin Schroyer on the kick return for Alliance out across the 30-yard line. Looks like they'll mark the football down maybe at around the 34. Bulldogs will have it for the second time on the first drive of the second half. Hit a big pass play from Dubray to King, and then Folkert fumbled the football.
See if Alliance stays with the strategy of trying to throw it a lot in this half like they did in the first. Looks like it.
Dubray, deep ball intercepted by Alex Galindo. That'll be the second interception of the year for the junior DB, 5'7", 145, and Galindo goes up and grabs the pick, and with 8:28 to play, Scottsbluff gets it back immediately. The fourth turnover of the night for Alliance, 3 fumbles and now 1 interception.
Great job by Alex getting deep on that one and kind of seeing what was coming and getting back there as deep as the deepest receiver in his area. And then he was able to see the ball and react to it. So he wasn't chasing it down from behind and having to turn and look. He got himself in great position.
Brett Hill hands the football off. Looks like Caleb Walker wearing a new jersey. Don't see a 27 on the roster, and that looks like Caleb's body style out there wearing number 27. We've got an Alliance Bulldog down at the 30-yard line. Scottsbluff trainer James Buck is out there as well.
Got Sam Clarkson coming over on our sideline too.
And Sam drops his helmet, goes for a bottle of water. So we'll take an injury timeout with 8:16 to play here in the third quarter. And we'll come back in a moment. Scottsbluff up 42-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Carr Trumbull Do-It Center, Allo Communications, and by Box Butte General Hospital.
I don't know. finger, wrist, shoulder, something on that right arm.
You like that hard rock bumper music, don't you?
I love the hard rock bumper music, Chris. That's great.
I saw your
shook
head
me all night long.
I saw you bobbing the head a little bit over there.
It's go time.
The injured Alliance player is Jackson Preble, and excuse me, walking off gingerly, getting help over on the far side. Preble, a 240-pound junior, will hope for the best for his health moving forward, but needing assistance off the field. Call it a 12-yard run for Caleb Walker wearing number 27. Got to be a pecking order for the heater down there, doesn't there?
Yeah.
Superstars first.
Yeah.
Starters fall in line. Everybody else better have a park. A handoff to Preston Anderson. And Anderson on first down will pick up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Anderson doesn't see a ton of action until we get to this point of ball games, but he is the team's 3rd leading rusher at 216 yards on the season.
Yeah, he had a whale of a night at Sydney coming in for mop-up duty.
Walker halfback, moves to the left side, strong side that way. Hand off to Preston Anderson, and he'll be tackled by Matt Escamilla. A short gain of 2. It'll set up 3rd down and 3. Again, a running clock. Had the stoppage for the Preble injury. Right now we're at 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. 42-0 is the lead for the Bearcats. Brett Hill has gone the distance at quarterback. Handoff to Walker. Bounces outside. Walker able to dive forward. Nose of the football going to be right at or just shy of the Alliance 45. That'd be a gain of 6 and a first down for Scottsbluff. No Sebastian Harsh. Brett Hill, a couple of turnovers, a fumble, and an interception, but all in all has played really good football tonight and last week for a half and a little bit of change in the 2nd quarter. Through the game-winning touchdown against McCook with 6 minutes or thereabouts to go in the 4th quarter. Again, they'll move the formation, strong side left. Hand off to Caleb Walker. Walker going to be caught in the backfield, able to fight back near the original line of scrimmage. We'll call it no gain for the senior halfback for Scottsbluff. Walker coming in, Mike, had just under 200 yards rushing on 22 carries. He had 9 catches for 225 yards, and he's added to both of those numbers tonight. He's having a big night.
Yeah, he is. He's up to 88 yards on 8 carries, and really good night receiving the ball. 3 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown. So.
And a touchdown, scooping up the block punt,
Yeah.
so he could be working his way towards player of the game honor tonight. Hill on the design rollout, fires downfield. Good job moving back into the secondary that time. That was Kason Clark, and that Kellen Muir, also big body. He's listed at 6 feet and 160. Muir able to tip that at the last moment. Intended receiver was Trevor Schwartz. Schwartz got his 2nd touchdown catch of the year earlier tonight. The first score of the night in the 1st quarter, 42-0, 5:04. Clock continues to run here in the 3rd. Handoff to Preston Anderson. Anderson cut back. He's at the 40 and tackled by Chase King. A first down run for Preston Anderson. A pickup of 11.
Yeah, if Preston would have been able to break that last tackle, he'd have been off to the end zone.
He does have one touchdown on the year. Tony Mokiak in on the line now, left tackle. Direct snap, ball loose. That is not Diolas. That is Ethan Holly, that tight fullback. And had to know it was coming to him. Still kind of caught him by surprise.
Yeah, he got there quick.
4:10 to play. Clock runs. Walker might have played his final snap on the offensive side tonight. He comes to the sideline. Ranson Wilkins into the ball game. Wilkins, a 5'8", 140-pound sophomore, has seen plenty of snaps at this point of ball games this year, and we've had a few of them with this Scottsbluff schedule. Hand off to Anderson. The second down and 11. He's back across the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 2. It'll be second down. Check that, third down and 9. Morrill got beat yesterday at Fullerton 48-14. Hemingford got thumped at Dundee County Stratton, I think 50-12 the final in that one. Garden County a winner. And Mullen faked a field goal with the score tied at 12 with 8 seconds left, and they beat Sandhill Stedford in a seed upset game, 14-3. The final was 18-12. Hand off to Anderson, slips, and he'll be dropped for a loss of 2. It'll be 4th down and 10 now for Scottsbluff. So things thinned out quickly, Mike, for Panhandle teams playing postseason football.
Yeah, and it's a tough time of year, because if you're barely sneaking into those playoffs, then that means you're playing somebody that's pretty darn good, and everybody kind of gears it up to a new level in November.
The flagship program here in the region, of course, ready to carry the flag for a few more weeks, we hope, in Scottsbluff. Walker's punt. Oh, beautiful coffin corner job.
I don't know. He's getting closer to tacos.
I think we need to dial up the food Uber and have that 6-pack and a pound on delivery for the old senior Caleb Walker. We'll have to finalize this choice. Coffin corner punt to the 1. Run it, catch it, kick it, recover it, run it in. Caleb Walker having a great senior season and a big-time performance here tonight in round 1 against Alliance, 42-0. 3-6 the record for the Bulldogs. They'll have the football again at their own 1 here, backed up after the beautiful kick from Walker. Hand off to Folkert. Kind of hesitates, and he gets wide. Trying to chase down Eric Folkert, making the tackle is Jackson Ostick. I'll go out on a limb and say Caleb Walker is going to be one of the 3 coaches selected captains for next week.
He's earned it.
This week, those guys were Brett Hill. He earned it last week.
You bet.
Sam Clarkson doubling up on both sides of the line of scrimmage in the trenches last week. Nick Mogg, guy's been a wrecking ball for a little over a month now. Pretty much unstoppable along the D-line. Slant route, pass to Schroyer. Pass is complete. And they will get the football out near a first down.
We have a Class B final score, Norris 38, Michael 10.
So Norris 48-10 the final. And Scottsbluff will be at home next week for round 2. Dump off. That's Kellen Muir on the catch, and he'll have another Alliance first down. Out to the 35-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 12. Dubray to Kellen Muir on the 12-yard gainer. Down to 42 seconds to play in this third quarter with the running clock throughout. Dubray going to roll to his right. The talented signal caller able to dump it over top of a defender and gets it to Kellen Muir once again. Line of scrimmage was the 34, Dubray. Nice little touch pass that time to Muir. picks up 23 yards to the Scottsbluff 43-yard line. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. 3 in the books, got one more 12-minute stanza to play. The outcome of this one has long been decided. Scottsbluff up big as we head to the fourth. They lead on Alliance 42-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipments.com.
Did the extreme weather this summer do damage to your home? Call Roofing Plus today. Let Luke Shaneman and his team get your home back and family back to normal. Licensed and insured, call Roofing Plus today and Luke will get you scheduled for your free and easy inspection and see if you qualify for a new roof, siding, or gutters. The Roofing Plus team can be there in days, not months. Call Roofing Plus today, 308-440-6387.
Quick start to the fourth quarter. Dubray's pass in and out of the hands of Colin Schroyer. It'll set up a 2nd down and 10, a running clock throughout. A lot of reserves into the ball game right now along the defensive line. Isaiah Torres on the field. Also into the game is Kellen Hayes. Out here on the right cornerback spot is Calvin Fleming. Dubray and Schroyer on the catch. That'll move the chains. Alliance will have it 1st and 10 after a gain of 13. Dubray is the kind of guy that you get some second unit guys defensively on the field. He's liable to put some garbage yards and points up.
You bet. Yeah, he's talented.
Yeah, I've enjoyed watching Trevor Dubray throughout his high school career. There's no doubt about that. He brings some attitude. Dubray, straight drop, pressure comes, passes, too tall for Chase King. It'll be 2nd down and 10. How about that World Series, Mike? Road team wins all 7 games. First time in the history of either of the 3 sports that play those 7-game series, NHL, NBA, or Major League Baseball, that in the history of all 3 at any level, that the road team had won every game in a best-of-7.
Yep, I never would have dreamed it.
Steven Strasburg, the MVP. Little swing pass out to Muir, who's been one of the favorite targets tonight of Dubray. And that'll be a gain of just 1 on the quick delivery out to the slot receiver left side.
That's the thing with the Nationals. They had a lot of guys who were probably deserving of that MVP. You know, Rondon.
Soto.
Yeah, Soto.
But Strasburg went 2-0. They went 10-0 in the starts in the playoffs by Strasburg and Scherzer. Really old school.
Yeah. They set the tone when they won those first 2 down in Houston against Verlander and Cole.
There's Dubray stepping up away from some traffic, and he steps into a throw, and Alliance on the board. A touchdown pass to Colin Schroyer, covering 34 yards. And Alliance able to avoid the shutout here tonight as they score with 9:28 to play in the ball game. Dubray to Schroyer. Alliance will attempt the PAT with Creighton Siza. Fumbled snap. Schroyer is going to be tackled. Maybe. They sure didn't blow the whistle. So the PAT fails. 9:28 to play. Scottsbluff up 42-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fan fans deserve the best service. And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now
Now is the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Teresa's going.
I got you. 9:28 to play. Little miscommunication between Anderson and Galindo on the kick return. And
kind of created a hole, didn't it?
It's Anderson doing the work himself. Cut back against Siza. Anderson across midfield. And a host of defenders there for Alliance. And Preston Anderson, after the miscommunication, saves the play and then some. Brings it into Alliance territory. Scottsbluff will have it. It looks like at around the 41-yard line.
I think that allowed the Alliance coverage team to kind of get out of their lanes, so to speak. And once they went back and got it, you get by the first wave, and there's some open ground there. So it worked out okay for the Bearcats. Probably not how you draw it up, though.
If you're looking for something to do tomorrow evening, a big fundraiser for the Morrill High basketball team at the American Legion down in Morrill. Coach Lofink will have his team front and center. Really got that program back on track a year ago. And Jackson Ostick now the backup quarterback tonight. Almost lost it on the hip of the running back, but Ostick picks up 6 on that first down carry. I think dinner's at 6 tomorrow night, live auction. Plenty of great items. Gets underway at 7. 8:50 to play here in the game tonight. Scottsbluff leading Alliance 42-6. Alliance getting on the board for the first time on their last drive on a touchdown pass from Dubray to Schroyer. Preston Anderson on the nice kick return. Gets the carry here and picks up 5. Needed 4. A gain of 5 to move the chains for the Bearcats, who will host Norris coming up next Friday night in round 2. Kyler Couts is in the game at right guard. Right tackle, Kellen Hayes. Couching in at tight end. Handoff comes to Ranson Wilkins. Wilkins picks up nice yardage inside the Alliance 25-yard line to the 22. That'll be a gain of 8. And set up second down and 2. 7:53 to play as the clock continues to run. Did you see the score up in South Dakota last night that was creating a bit of a stir on Twitter? Pierre beat Spearfish, yeah. I think 103-0.
Yeah, I did see that.
Double tight end set, wing right, handoff to Anderson. He'll be tackled in the backfield. On the stop for Alliance is Hunter Klinkerman, 270-pound senior lineman, makes the stop. Loss of 1, be 3rd and 3. Down to 7 minutes to go in the game. Snap to Ostick. He'll go power right off guard. That'll move the chains inside the 20 to the 18, a gain of 5 for Jackson Ostick. Another lineman into the game is Andon Pittman. Now he comes off. We also saw out on the field Dominique Snover, a sophomore at 215. That tight fullback now is Gavin Dunkel, 195-pound sophomore. Snap to Ostick. He will put it in the belly of Preston Anderson, and Anderson is hit down around the ankles.
Anderson with the carry.
And making the stop for Alliance was Sing Su. 6:05 to play in regulation. All Cats tonight. Roncalli was up big in their game. Northwest was up big on Lexington. McCook got beaten soundly tonight by Hastings. 5:50 to play. Snap to Ostick. Handoff there goes to Aaron Price. And Price gets tackled for a loss by Jesus Acosta. Loss of a couple for Aaron Price. Older brothers Kevin and Rob. 3rd down and 10 now for the Cats. 5:20 to play. Here in the 4th quarter. They will run quarterback, off tackle, running right is Ostick. He got the edge. He got the goal line. He gets the sixer. 5:06 to play in the game. And Jackson Ostick with a 17-yard touchdown run.
Nice job of seeing that open up by Jackson. He bounced it outside to the way and used his speed to outrun everybody to the end zone.
And now it looks like Ostick's going to get a chance here on the PAT. He'll be the 3rd different player to attempt a PAT this year. Caleb Walker. We've seen Spencer Schaff, and now Ostick comes up short of the crossbar. 5:06 to play. We'll take one final timeout here during our game broadcast. It's 48-6 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Dave's Pharmacy in Alliance and Hemingford. Allo Communications. And by White Creation and Building.
Colin Schroyer on the return out across the 20-yard line. Spins his way to the 25, and Alliance will have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It'll be a bright and early start for Husker football in the morning. A 5 o'clock start on 960 and 100.3. We'll get pregame started on 94.1 The Brand.
I like the 6 p.m. games better than the 10 a.m. games.
Do you?
Yeah.
The problem with the 10 a.m. games this late in the year means you've kind of slid off that marquee pedestal.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of enjoyed, getting some of those night games there for a little while. And
last week was ugly.
Yeah, it was.
Dubray steps to his right, steps up, fires across the middle. He's got Schroyer again at the 40 to the 45 midfield. Colin Schroyer inside Bearcat territory to the 35, down to around the 32-yard line. 43-yard gainer from Dubray to Schroyer.
Yeah, Dubray's helping his stats out here, isn't he?
And we thought that might be the case. And now we get a timeout taken by Alliance. We'll stay right here. 4:21 to play. .421 to play here in the game. 48-6 our score. Alliance with the timeout. Coach McLean huddling up with his guys here along the near side. What'd you make of Indiana last week, really trying to slow that tempo down with that injury deal? I think, to me, a couple of them were legit.
I can't say on the air, Chris.
A couple of them, to me, were legit, but the problem is it's the old never cry wolf theory.
Well,
you
how
do
come
it
every time it happened on a successful play when we were running tempo?
Well, I know.
That's my question. That's it.
It definitely happened on tempo every time.
Yeah, it's.
But,
I agree with the 90-some thousand crowd that were there booing it.
I know.
I guess. I don't know. That's my take on it.
At first, I didn't agree with that, but when you keep doing it, it's pretty obvious. You can't defend it.
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Handoff goes to Keegan Grant. That'll be a chain mover to the 20, a gain of 12 yards for Keegan Grant. And if the officials aren't going to do anything, like they did nothing. And on one of them, after the delay and the long wait, the next play, we fumbled after a reception. We fumbled the football right back to him. Yeah. It just turned into a disaster last week. I picked Nebraska on the morning show today with Bill and Nick, 31-30 tomorrow. So
in a tight one, huh?
Yeah. Alliance to the line of scrimmage. First and 10.
Fun to watch Garrett Nelson getting a little more action and getting fired up when he does it. And it's always fun to watch Garrett play.
Grant takes it to the 10-yard line. Yeah, Garrett clearly going to be a cornerstone for the program moving forward.
Yeah.
It's amazing some of the younger guys that have clearly assumed the role of leaders right now, speaking to the media after practices, after games. Gain of 9 for Grant. And even the way they're talking about upperclassmen tells you kind of where this program's at right now and what's needed.
Yeah. Got to love Wandale Robinson, too.
They will hand it off to Grant. Grant going to be stopped on the play by, that was Christian Arnold on the tackle.
First and goal.
Grant picked up 3 to move the chains. It'll be first and goal for Alliance from the 7-yard line. We're down to under 2.5 minutes to play in the game. Terrence Mokiak carved out a spot near the heater.
Terrence has earned it. He's a senior and he plays hard all the time. He can worm his way in there to be the next guy to the heater.
Yeah, him and Josiah right there. They got the prime spots at the moment.
Yeah.
How about Josiah? What a finish to this year he's having. At just the right time to be playing his best football of his career.
He has. He shows up every day and he's working hard. And it's been fun to watch his career.
Short gain of 2. It'll be first down, or check that, second and goal from the 5. 1 minute and 40 seconds to play. Coach Seabaum does a good job with this bunch from Alliance. They came in here a few years ago in the season finale and really gave Scottsbluff a battle. Backup quarterback is now on. That's Kason Clark. He'll scramble out to the left. Fire one back of the end zone. We've got a flag down. This looks like it could be in the spot for a holding, and that'll back the Bulldogs up. Ten-yard penalty. Haven't seen a lot of flags since the early going. I've got unofficially just 7 accepted penalties on the 2 teams tonight. 4 from Alliance, 3 for Scottsbluff. Clock continues to tick down. We'll be at about a minute to go, or under the 60-second mark by the time we get the next snap of the football. 2 receivers left, 2 out to the right. Clark at quarterback, 6'4", 170. He'll fire a slant route, and on the catch is Peyton Hudson, a 130-pound senior. Line of scrimmage was the 24, a gain of 11 on that pass play from Clark to Hudson. student section finalizing things here with the "We Have One" chant down below. Hudson goes out right. Two backs in the backfield. Clark in the pistol. Single receiver left. Hand off to Keegan. Grant takes it inside the 10. That'll be a gain of 4 yards, and that'll be the final play of the ball game. Under 10 seconds to go. We've got an injured Alliance player. You hate to see that. He's going to get himself to his feet. Horn sounds. That was Jaden Mooney, and he'll walk off limping, but under his own power. Final score here tonight, a dominant round one performance for the Scottsbluff Bearcats as they defeat Alliance here at Bearcat Stadium. 48-6 the final on the West Coast scoreboard.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
They beat Alliance 48-6. Norris got a win tonight over Mount Michael Benedictine. It'll be Norris making the long ride out coming up next Friday night for a round 2 game here in Scottsbluff against the Bearcats. Let's get to this scoring recap. Scottsbluff scored twice in the first quarter. The first one coming with 6:38 to play in the quarter. Brent Hill in at quarterback tonight for Sebastian Harsh. Completed a 38-yard touchdown to Trevor Schwartz. Caleb Walker's kick finished off a 65-yard drive, 7-0 at that point. 3:09 to play. Brent Hill does it himself to cap off a 50-yard drive, a 3-yard touchdown run, 14-0 with the Walker PAT. Second quarter, 10:16 to play, early second quarter. Hill to Walker, a 6-yard touchdown pass. Caleb's kick, 21-0. That was a 62-yard drive. 50-yard drive with 3:41 to play. Jacob Krull with a 7-yard touchdown run. 2-point try. Conversion was good on the run from Josiah Diolas. 35-0, or check that, 27-0. The kick was no good. Got a little confused there. PAT no good after the Krull touchdown. 2:20 to play. Block punt. Caleb Walker able to scoop and score. Diolas, the 2-point run, 35-0. Third quarter with a running clock. Cats score with 8:44 to play. Josiah on a 47-yard keeper on the direct snap. Dubray to Schroyer in the fourth quarter. 9:28 left in the game. That was the first points for Alliance. 42-6. And then Jackson Ostick in garbage time, a 17-yard run for the backup quarterback. And the final was 48-6 tonight as Scottsbluff wins big at home over Alliance in round one. 48-6 our final. We'll continue with more on the Runs of Postgame show right after this on KNEB.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
Back on the Runs of Post-Game show, Chris Cottrell, my colleague. Glad to be with you tonight. Hope you enjoyed things here at KNEB.TV, the trail for the radio call, and KNEB.com. Let's get to a check on these post-game numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. I'll turn it over to you, Mike.
414 total yards for the Bearcats, and they gave up 299 to the Bulldogs. So Alliance got their yards mainly passing. Dubray was 16 completions out of 36 attempts for 232 yards, and they only had 67 yards rushing, so that's where they got their 299. Leading rusher for Alliance was Folkert. He had 11 carries for 37 yards. Then Grant in mop-up duty had 5 carries for 30 yards. So again, Dubray, he was 16 for 36, 232 yards. Bearcats, on the other hand, chewed up 307 yards on the ground rushing on 42 attempts. We had Jacob Kruel, 11 rushes for 89 yards. Caleb Walker had 8 rushes for 88 yards. Josiah Diolas had 5 carries for 71 yards. Preston Anderson, 7 carries for 18 yards. Brett Hill, 5 carries for 8 yards. Ranson Wilkins, 1 carry for 8 yards. Jackson Ostick ended up with 3 carries for 28 yards and a touchdown. And passing was pretty similar to what we had in the first half. We only threw the ball twice in the second half, so we ended up 5 for 10 for 107 yards. So 107 yards passing, 307 rushing, 414 total for the Bearcats.
Great job on stats once again by Mike. We'll come back. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll visit with head coach Judd Hall right after this on the Runs of Post-Game show.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
We're back on the Runs of Post-Game show. Time to visit with a victorious head coach for the Cats in Judd Hall. Now 10-0 for Scottsbluff. The top seed in Class B rolls at home tonight by the final of 48-6. Overall, Coach, how would you assess things tonight?
Played good enough to win. That's the most important thing this time of year. You don't really care if you win by 1 point or by 100 as long as you find a way to survive and advance. So pleased with the way our kids played tonight. Thought we played really hard. all across the board, and that's kind of what we stressed. Can't usually in the playoffs there might be 3 or 4 plays during the game that might determine the outcome of the game. So we want to make sure that we're playing hard every play, so we're not giving up one of those 3 or 4 plays.
I think we're going to go with Caleb Walker as our Taco John's player of the game tonight. He rushed it, he caught it, he recovered a block punt for a touchdown. He kicks it as always.
Coffin corner punt.
Coffin corner punt down to the 1-yard line. So very versatile kid, and he pretty much showed off every tool in the box tonight.
Absolutely, and he's a kid that has kind of been in the shadows of some of our other guys on offense, but he's able to make plays when he's given the opportunity to, and he proved that tonight. So he's definitely going to be a kid that needs to continue to do that and put pressure on the defense to make sure they account for him, and they can't just load the box or try and focus on Jacob or anybody else like that. So it's good to have another weapon on the offensive side of the ball.
Caleb definitely ran the ball with a purpose tonight. Man.
What was his numbers again, Mike?
He had 8 carries for 88 yards, but he once he turned that corner, man, he was looking for people to hit. He had a full steam ahead, and he was fun to watch.
Yeah, I was impressed with the way he handled himself and the way he did things tonight. Very happy for him.
Brett Hill, obviously Sebastian out tonight. We'll see about his status going forward sometime later next week. But, hey, Brett had a couple of turnovers. But I think at this point we've seen Brett Hill can play football. He can lead this team, and he can carry him to the win column.
Absolutely. Brett's a quality kid that we feel confident in when we put him in there. Know he's going to make the right play. I put him in a couple of bad situations today on some of those turnovers. The interception was a bad call on my part. That turnover's on me. But as far as him doing the right things and putting us in a position to win football games, we're very confident with Brett going forward as our quarterback.
So Norris wins big in their matchup in round 1 against Mount Michael. So you stay home next week. I don't know much about Norris. What do you know about these guys?
They're a really good football team. We'll get the 10th one tonight. We already have their other 9 games. Spent short amount of time on them this week, looking at them on film, seeing what they have to offer. They're big up front. They're physical, very physical on defense. Huge across the board. They start 6'4", 6'5" at a couple of their wide receiver spots. Heavy in the backfield. It's gonna be a huge challenge for our kids to prepare for this team. A team that's well coached, first-year head coach as well, but you can tell they're well coached. They're very disciplined on film. So it's gonna be a big challenge for our kids coming up this week.
If they would have a weakness or a spot you think you could exploit from what you've seen, what would that be?
Haven't looked at it that close, to tell you the truth yet. I think what we're going to have to try and do is we're going to have to try and grind out first downs and keep their offense off the field. I think that's what we're going to have to try and do.
Okay, so round 1 in the books. It's this fun time of the season, and we'll look forward to making a stop over, talk to some of your guys, check things out at practice. We'll see if we can get you and Coach McLean in for a TV session sometime early this week as we kind of start to football in the Panhandle thins out in a hurry here after week 1. You had some losses yesterday, but we said on the broadcast tonight the flagship team here in the West is Scottsbluff High, ready to carry the banner for the Panhandle. Coach Judd Hall, as the Cats move to 10-0, 48-6 the final. Congrats on the win tonight, and we look forward to next week here at home against Norris, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll come back with more, start to wrap things up on the broadcast right after this on KNEB.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Family Built Homes. Consumers Cooperative Credit Union. And by Scottsbluff Body and Paint.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
All right. All right. Well, we'll talk early this week, and I'll see you at practice.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks, Judd.
Craft-made cabinetry offers countless ways for you to create a kitchen that's built around you.
I hope you can read this mess, Chris. That's rushing. That's passing. That's total.
Okay.
Kind of the same over here. Or no, rushing, passing, total.
Okay. TJ, is this the last break?
Yes, sir.
This is 23? Okay. So he does a great thing for area athletes. That's Monument Physical Therapy. They can keep your athlete in the game. They offer their Bumps and Bruises program, 1 free consultation and 1 free follow-up for all area athletes. Monument Physical Therapy in Gering and Morals. We heard from Coach Hall. Cats 10-0, Mike, advanced to round 2. Really just business as usual tonight, even without Sebastian Harsh in uniform and out of the lineup. Some final thoughts from what you saw this evening.
Hey, win in advance, man. And I think we stayed healthy for the most part tonight. So Brett Hill showed that he can carry the load if Sebastian's not able to come back. And we'll just wish the best for Sebastian and hope he's able to for his sake.
Yep, no doubt about that. Tremendous job by everybody involved with the broadcast tonight. Jonas on the TV side here producing. Onathan running the camera. TJ back at the station along with Nick at times tonight, getting us on and off the air, everything else in between. The KNDB team with a big day of news, always doing a great job when it comes to our high school sports broadcast. So for all those folks, for Mike, I'm Chris. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. Husker football pregame starts tomorrow early, 960 100.3 at 5. Kickoff from West Lafayette against Purdue. Nebraska needing to get 2 more wins to get bowl eligible. They'll look for their 5th win of the season coming up tomorrow. Kickoff at 10. That'll do it from Bearcats Stadium tonight, 48-6 the final. Cats move on to play Norris at home next week on Friday night. That'll do it from here. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. So long and good night, everybody.